Hello and welcome to the Intel Brief. I'm your host Daniel, and today is Tuesday, 27 May. Today we're going to be talking about a car ploughing through a crowd at the Liverpool football parade. Germany says no more range limits on weapons supplied to Kyiv, and Russian forces have captured 4 more villages in the Sumy region. So firstly, police in the United Kingdom on Monday arrested a British man after a car drove into a crowd that was celebrating Liverpool Football Club's Premier League win. We can confirm that a 53-year-old white British man from the Liverpool area, Merseyside police said in a statement on their website. Police have said they do not think that the car ramming was terrorism related. And in a statement, they said, "We believe this to be an isolated incident, and we're not currently looking for anyone else in relation to this." At least 27 people have been hospitalised, 2 of whom sustained serious injuries, the North West Ambulance Service said. 4 children were among those injured, including 1 whose injuries were deemed serious. In addition to those hospitalised, 20 people were treated at the scene, they added. The Merseyside Fire and Rescue Service said that its crews found numerous injured people and had to remove 4 people, including a child, who were trapped under the vehicle. So what? Firstly, this is just a horrific thing to have happened, and I really hope they figure out why it has taken place, because it seems so senseless. If it's not an act of terrorism, then what was his motivation? Like, was he high? Was he drunk? What the hell was going on? Because it seemed pretty horrific in the videos that were coming out moments after it happened. I think it's very effective of the British police to get the fact that he was a white British male out quickly, mainly to avoid speculation, and possibly that could have led to possible riots, which have been seen in other areas following terrorist attacks. So yeah, pretty well done getting that information turned out pretty quickly. Definitely reduced the level of kickback that could have been seen. So yeah, pretty well done in that regard. Other than that, just a horrific incident that hopefully we figure out why. And next, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz announced on Monday that Germany, alongside France and the UK and the US, had lifted restrictions on the range of weapons that they were sending to Ukraine to help the fight against Russia. In a statement published on Twitter, he said that there is no longer any restrictions on weapons delivered to Ukraine, neither by the British, nor the French, nor us, nor by the Americans. This means that Ukraine can now defend itself, for example, by attacking military positions in Russia, with very few exceptions. It didn't do that until recently, and it can now do that, he explained. The Kremlin responded to Mertz's statement on the lifting of range limits, saying that it would be dangerous. If these decisions have indeed been made, they are completely at odds with our aspirations for a political peace settlement. These are quite dangerous decisions if they have been made, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov told Russian journalists. Russia has long criticized Western countries for supplying Ukraine with long-range weapons. The Kremlin has also warned Germany against providing Kyiv with the Tartarus missile system. So what? This is a great move. Having the restrictions on how Ukraine can utilize weapon systems only just inhibits their ability to defend themselves, as Russia can just place their air assets as far back as needed. So yeah, the lifting of this restriction is great, as it will give Ukraine the ability to target offensive capabilities such as missile systems, airfields, and ammo depots far deeper into Russian territory, thereby reducing Russia's ability to conduct offensive operations. And lastly, the governor of Ukraine's Sumy region, which borders Russia, said that Russian forces had seized control of 4 villages in a fresh push to establish a buffer zone within Ukrainian territory. Russian military sources and pro-Russian bloggers had reported the capture of villages in the region in recent days. Sumy has been subject to repeated airstrikes since the start of Russia's attack. Writing on social media on Monday, the Sumy regional governor named the villages and noted that the residents had already been evacuated. Fighting is reportedly ongoing in nearby villages, both of which Russia's defense ministry claimed earlier on Monday were now under their control. Ukraine's state emergency services reported that one civilian has been killed on Monday when Russian forces shelled an area west of these captured villages. So what? Sadly, this just highlights that Russia is continuing its offensive operations and its push into Ukrainian territory, despite the claim, even in the recent story, that they are looking for any kind of peace deal, which is comical at this point. It seems likely that they're just going to keep pushing forward until they're stopped, and no amount of negotiations can change that. Additionally, it seems unlikely that they're trying to create a buffer zone, more that they're just trying to open a new front and claim more Russian territory, which they can then claim the entire, or attempt to claim the entire region, as this seems to be their tactic so far. See ya, cunts. Thank you for listening to today's Intel Brief. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you.